So, good evening. Welcome back to another show. Sinclair TV back again, and tonight I'm going to do a quick content for the press conference reaction. So, if you like the video, like what you see, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and also if you'd like to super chat or super thanks, you know what to do, and you'd like to become a member, then that is your choice. Then just click on the $ or the join button as well. So, talk about the press conference. Eddie Howe is doing this press today ahead of the Mars game against Leeds United in Genesis Park. It's going to be a cracking game, and I can tell you, if you want to know who I am, people, I'm at the Bristol Airport, by the way. It's just a bit noisy around here, so I'll do the best I can to tell you guys what Eddie Howe's been saying in his presser. Now, Eddie has asked about injury news with Jonjo and Emil Kraft, and he basically said, without Jonjo, Emil Kraft, and there are a couple of niggles within the squad from Leicester, but hopefully we'll get the majority of the players training today. There's one name hasn't been mentioned, and that's Isak. How long is he going to be out for? Nobody knows. I mean, he should have been back a couple of weeks ago. He's broken down again, and there's no time scale on this guy. And he's been out for a few months now, and the sooner we know how long he's going to be out, the better, because we're battling him back on the training field, because we could do with him up front. No disrespect to Chris Wood, I think he's done alright, but at the end of the day, Isak is a better striker all around, and if we can get him back ready to go, and I think Newcastle will get lots more goals. And to be fair, on Chris Wood, like I said, he's done alright, but we need big hitters in the team, such as Callum Wilson in the team as well. We're coming to Callum in a bit, and he's on about Jonjo Shelvey as well. And he said he's disappointed, he's a passionate guy, he lives for football, and that feeling of playing, that's a big driver in his life, and not being able to do that is a big thing taken away from him. He also added, we're supporting him, and he's focused on rehab. If I'm being honest with you guys, I think Jonjo Shelvey's done at Newcastle United, I really do. He should have been moved on a couple of years ago, because his injury is not that great, and also, in my opinion, I just think it's too one-dimensional. That's just my opinion, because, look, I'm not having to go at him, I'm just speaking facts on Jonjo Shelvey. For me, he's 30, I think he needs to be moved on, play first-team regular football, and ain't going to be at Newcastle United. But I wish him well as rehab, and I wish him a speedy recovery very, very soon. And he's been a great servant, to be fair, but I'm afraid we need a bigger name than Jonjo Shelvey if we are to compete for a top 4 and win me a title. So let us know your views on Jonjo Shelvey. Is his time up in Newcastle? Is he done? Or would you keep him for another year? You know my thoughts on Jonjo. There you go. He's on about Callum Wilson, and he's been ill against Leicester, so he didn't play. And Eddie's come out and say, Callum's improved, he trained with us yesterday, so he's in a better place. And I hope that better place is on the field. He needs to be on that pitch. If he doesn't play tomorrow, okay, cool. He doesn't play tomorrow, yeah? But at the end of the day, we badly need him for Wednesday's mega game against Arsenal at the Emirates. So if Chris Wood starts tomorrow against Leeds, then I have no problems with that at all whatsoever. Not my player, but he deserves a place, because I think he's doing alright. I can't lie, and he's scoring goals. Big up to Chris Wood. And we know that Callum Wilson's not feeling well. Like I said, it has to be right, and if he fits, he plays. Simple as that. If he doesn't, then we have to allow on Chris Wood. Let's move swiftly on to Pele, and he was asked about Pele, who sadly passed away because of cancer, which is so sad. And me, God rest in peace, Pele. Rest in peace, mate. You are one of the greatest players in the 20th century in my book. And 3 World Cups. And what has he done? He's been magnificent. A sad loss for world football. What can I say? Rest in peace, big man. And Eddie Howe saying, in my era, you grew up knowing of Pele, and I'm thinking of him as the best player in the world ever seen. It's very sad. Wherever an icon passes away, it's a very sad moment for football. He's certainly well remembered around the world, absolutely. Not just Brazil, but footballing worldwide, globe to globe. Pele has been fantastic. He's won 3 World Cups in 58, 62 and 1970. Who can remember that final against Italy, eh? They absolutely bodied him, by the way. He was the player of the tournament, no question of that. And he's just going to be an awful this year. Certainly hits us last week, mind. It's like a bomb being exploded. For me, I got knocked when I heard that news as well. And the Pele, there will never ever be another Pele. Not in that position anyway. Not in that position. And if you want to say any kind wishes to Pele, just leave it down in the comment section as well. That would be much appreciated. Thank you. And he was on about the final game of 2022. That's against Leeds. He said, from a physical perspective, it will be 2 teams that gives their all. I watch a lot of these in preparation for this game, and I've been impressed by them. We anticipate a very fast-paced game between 2 good teams. Let's hope change that from good to fantastic team for us. And listen, what I'm going to say is it's going to be a cracking game tomorrow. I expect us to play the same formation, 4-3-3, with the same players. And look, at the end of the day, when Newcastle do play Leeds, it's always been a cracking game. It really has been. But I don't want to see a 5-2 beatings. I don't want to see a 2-1 defeat. Last season, we did it at Ellen Road by 1-0. And if we get the same result tomorrow, I'll be over the moon. Because Leeds are a good team. They're scoring goals. The problem is, they're conceding too many. 26 goals scored or something like that. In fact, they conceded nearly the same. And if Leeds want to stay in the Premier League, then they need to fix up their defence real quick. And by the way, they need to get Sinclair as well, because this guy is an absolute baller. But we're not going to care about Leeds that much. It's about my team. And let's hope we get the 3 points tomorrow at St James's Park. And talking off Chris Wood, and he was asked about Chris Wood, and Eddie said, the last few games he's probably been his best for us. The Vallecano game I thought was outstanding, tactically and physically very good, as he carried that on into Leicester. He's really a dependable character and a player. I think he's been excellent. The thing is, right, Chris Wood, right, I'll be real, I think he's had a couple of good games, yeah? And he started to show that he is a good player. Yeah, he's not world class. He's not an elite player. He's not world class. He's not an outstanding player, but he's just a good player that holds the ball up and bring other people into play. But if he can get us 10 goals this season, then I'm going to get Chris Wood an 8 out of 10 because he's here to score goals and hold the ball up. Yeah, 10 goals. That's not bad going for a big guy. Do you know what I mean? Yes, people say he scored lots for New Zealand, but come on, New Zealand, isn't it, guys? Let's be real. But I agree with Eddie there, 100%. He's been dependable and he just does the job. He says exactly what he says on the tin, because Chris Wood, he's not blessed with pace. He's not going to take on players. He's not going to do amazing runs. What he does, he's good in the air and he's got a good shot on him. So big up to Chris Wood on that respect, because look, he has been fantastic for a couple of games, yeah? I'm going to put my hand up and I'm going to say so. I'll say it how it is. So, yeah, what can I say about that, people? And let's hope he does it again tomorrow. If he counts on where he is, I'll be happy. So, there you go. And I heard a couple of transfer news as well. Yuri Tielemans as well has been linked with us as well. And he's been linked to other clubs as well. I think he'll probably go up to Europe next season for me. I think he'll walk on the free, probably for a top European club. Who that club is, I've got no idea, sort of thing. But I'll probably say Real Madrid if I was a betting guy as well. And also Peroni as well from Vélez Sarsfield. It looks like we lost out to Manchester City. It's not been confirmed yet, but I think we'll lose that to him anyway. If he does go there, good luck to him. I wish him all the best as well. So that's the press conference over, people. Tell us what you think. Leave the comments in the section down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. The numbers goes up every single day. And what would you think your team's going to be at tomorrow? And do you agree with what Eddie House said about Chris Wood and Callum Wilson and Jonjo Shelby as well? So please leave your comments down there as well. I'm another hour away or so for a flight up to Newcastle, and I'll be back. In fact, I'll be live tomorrow doing my very first vlog, matchday vlog properly at St James's Park. I'm going to do the road trip. I'm going to interview a couple of fans. I'm going to film the fans as well. So check our suit for that. So guys, watch what you're doing. Have a fantastic new year, people, if you decide to do. And until then, thanks so much for watching. Awila lads.